Let's say you have $150,000 available to invest. Would you start a group home or a PCA? See, as as I already told you, a group home is a good business, right? It's the most profitable business of all the businesses. But would you start a group home first, or would you start a PCA agency first, and then add a group home, or or do a group home and add a PCA agency? If that was me, from my experience of over 10 years running these businesses, if I had $150,000 to invest, I will probably invest in starting a PC agency first, and then add a group home later. It's an obvious reason why having a PC agency is a plus for group home owners. But the first obvious reason is the fact that it makes money, right? You're in getting into these businesses because you want to make money. But the PCA agency is one kind of businesses that you can operate without huge upfront cost, and it will make money. Like almost everyone that you see, whether they're in a group home, they're in a hospital, where they are in a residential care facility, nursing homes, group homes, they all need personal care. Even if they just live at home, and uh, many people who are who need PCA services are actually at their own home. So number one, there's a lot more clients who require PCA services than clients who require group homes. Again, group home is just a PCA services that can no longer take place at the client's place of residency for obvious reasons. The client cannot take care of the place, but you're just providing PCA services at your own home now. It's no longer at the client's home. So obvious reasons of owning a PCA agency, if you would like to own a group home, is that first of all, it's money making machine, and number two, staffing. If you have a group home and the most critical piece to your operation is staffing. You cannot have call outs. If you do, you must have a replacement. You must have employee A working today, B and C on standby. How many people are just on standby sitting around waiting for someone to call in sick? Not a lot. So it's a 24-hour coverage that requires that employee A cannot leave until employee P shows up. And if an employee B does not show up on time, employee A must stay there. Let's say if employee A had a final exam, he kind of got to go, right? So having a personal care agency with a bunch of staff that are cross-trained to do the group home is a major plus for your company. So the number two reason why having PCA agency when you have a group home is the fact that employees at the PCA agency who are already working at another agencies, another clients at their own home, can actually work at your group home, right? They're providing coverage. When you have to hire someone, you need to hire them, recruit them, train them, and interview them. Do a bunch of things. Do all the background checks before you can place them in a client home. Well, if you already have a bunch of people who went through all of that in your PCA company, well, they can cover your group home for you. So think whenever you ask me, hey, I would like to open a group home, and I kind of ask you, can you do PCA first? I'm not saying don't do group home. I'm just saying in the long run, having a PCA is a plus when you run a group home for the major sole purpose of staff sharing, but also the fact that a lot of people just run PCA agents and make a lot of money. Okay, so think about it. Next time you're thinking about opening a home care business, I mean a group home business, ask yourself, should I start at the lower end of the business, the less costly PCA agency? By the way, if you rented an apartment or a house for $3,000, like 3,200, 3,300, the lady I talked to today, and it takes 6 months to get your license, well, that's $3,000 times six is 30 something dollars. It's coming out of your pocket. That's coming out of your pocket, right? So if you're paying $3,000 for 6 months, what, the 18,000 or $20,000, that money is coming out of your pocket. You just imagine if it was coming out of a PCA company and that was just an expense to the PCA company as a side startup. Be a lot better, right? Starting a PCA company will probably cost you $10,000. Let's just say the higher end in many states. But starting a home care, a group home will cost you 60, 70, $80,000. Well, if you had a PCA company that was running, that kind of can cover it. So think about it. Think of it that way. I hope this helps. A little rumbling I'm doing. I hope that you take two things out of it. PCA is good because it makes money. PCA is good because if you have a group home, it can cover the group home expenses and the staffing.